What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode of the Second of Strength podcast. I'm grateful you're here. Grateful you're spending your seconds with me. Look, I've been on the road a little bit, speaking at schools, if you don't know, I speak in schools, mostly teenagers. I speak at other events as well, keynotes, but the last couple of weeks I've been on the road a little bit, traveling, speaking to teenagers, and one thing I've been thinking about a lot as I've been in schools, as I've been showing up, and is how you show up in this world really matters. And that doesn't matter if you're a teenager, whether you are in elementary school, whether you're a mom, your dad, you're a business owner. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are in this world, it matters how you show up in this world. And I think that there's things that you can do in your life, create healthy habits. And we've talked about those on the podcast before, but I think you can create healthy habits. And there's ways that you can help yourself show up in a better way. But part of that is that there are certain things in this life that I would say are energy drainers, things that are sucking the energy out of you and making it difficult for you to show up in the way that you should be showing up in this world. And it matters how you show up because there are people who need you in this life. There are people who need you, that rely on you. And it's not just rely on you from like a work perspective or like you got to show up because, you're their boss or they, whatever. It's not that. It's that people emotionally need you. They rely on you and they may not know it yet. And you may not know who those people are, but when you set yourself up in a position in a way where you can bring your best version to the table every single day, then you're able to help people that you may not even know that you're impacting them. You may never have an idea that you've helped them, but you did just because the way you showed up in this world. But there are certain things in this life, call them the energy drainers, the energy vampires, the things that are sucking the life out of you. And those are the things that we want to eliminate today. We want to get those out of your life. And the first thing is, and there's 5 of these things that we'll run through pretty quick, but I think that they'll help you. But ultimately, what I want you to do today is I want you to sit back and reflect on your life and reflect on the things that are sucking life out of you. And it might be one of these 5 things. It might be something that's not on my list. And if I'd love to hear from you. If you shoot me a message on Instagram, direct message, just let me know what the things are that are sucking life out of you a little bit. And then let's fix it, because I believe awareness, when we are aware of what is going on in our life, then we can make the changes, then we can grow, then we can make a difference and choose something different. It doesn't matter what happened in your past. What matters is right now and the next best choice you want to make that goes forward. That's the choice that matters most. So we'll talk a little bit about the past. We're going to talk about the now, but we're going to talk about the future as well. And ultimately, it's your choice how you want to show up in this world. Nobody else gets to decide that for you. Nobody else. But there are certain things going on in our world, in our life, that we're going to work on today to eliminate those things so that we can show up in a better way for people. But the very first thing is toxic relationships. We have to get rid of the toxic relationships in our lives. And you've heard this before, but you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with most. And so I would just ask the question, are those people who are life-giving to you, or are they life-draining to you? Are they people who are filling you with negativity? Are they people that are sucking the life out of you? And if those are the people, then we got to eliminate those people from our lives. And I don't mean eliminate in a bad way. We just need to spend less time with those people. And I would also have a little bit of self-reflection here. Are you bringing some of that negative energy to the table? Are you the one that's bringing that? And we want to eliminate those people slowly but surely from our life. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be coworkers, whoever it is. Let's spend less time with them because it does matter. I don't know if you notice this, but if you have fruit, right? We always buy strawberries. We buy so many strawberries in this house, and my kids love them, but they always go bad real quick. And if you look at strawberries, there's always that one strawberry who starts going bad, right? Starts rotting, starts getting the velvety felt stuff on it, right? And that's but what happens is the strawberry that is right next to it starts going bad as well. And then the strawberry right next to it starts going bad. Who you surround yourself matters. The people you are surrounding yourself with matters. Surround yourself with positive, happy people, and you will be more positive and happy. Surround yourself with negative people who are gossiping, who are always talking bad about other people, and you will start to become like them. So pay attention to who you are surrounding yourself with, and if it isn't conducive to happiness and it isn't conducive to giving you energy, then let's make a shift. And that can be a hard shift sometimes, depending on who these people are, because they might be, again, family or friends, but what is important here? And what is important is your happiness. What is important is the way that you bring energy and life into this world. And so let's surround ourselves with people who are going to bring life to us and give us more life instead of the people that are going to take energy from us. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with. The 5 people you surround yourself with most matter. They matter because you are going to become an average of those people. And so if they are negative, you're going to become more negative. If they are positive, you're going to become more positive. But focus on you as well, and you can impact that as well. So let's focus on that. So toxic relationships, let's eliminate them from our lives. Number 2, holding grudges. I think that this is one of the biggest things that brings us down in this life. And you think about energy drainers, and you think about things that are emptying our batteries. A lot of it is holding grudges. And there are a lot of things that go on in this life. And whether you're in high school, whether you are in college, whether you are older, whatever it is, there are things that happen on a daily basis. So some of those things are intentional that happen to us, and some of them are unintentional. But regardless, we can't hold grudges on people, because here's what happens. When we hold grudges against somebody else, then we are a hostage to our past. We have to let that go. Sometimes it's called forgiveness. Sometimes it's called just moving on, whatever it is. But if we are holding grudges, then we are a hostage of our past, and it is impacting our present and our ability to move into the future. That's why we can't hold grudges in this life. We have to move on. And sometimes it might be physically moving to a different place. Sometimes it might be just releasing that negativity from our souls, from our lives. And when we do that, we will be happier. When we do that, we are resetting the timeline of our life. We are eliminating the negative energy that we are harboring in our hearts, and we are enabling ourselves to move forward into a brighter, better future. But it simply comes from letting go of grudges. Stop holding grudges on people. And I know that this is so hard, and there are people who have done downright nasty things to us. It doesn't matter. Because when we hold grudges against somebody else, the only person it hurts is us. It doesn't hurt the other person. Most of the time, they don't even know that we hold a grudge, right? It's only hurting us, and it's keeping us locked into the past. It's keeping us hostage in the past and not letting us move into the future. My friend, you have my permission to move on. You have my permission to let go of the negative energy that is holding you back and move into a brighter, better future that is better for you and is going to make you the best version of you. You have my permission to let go of what you've been holding on to. So that is the second one, holding on to grudges. The third one is chronic worrying. I think that a lot of times in this world, we don't know what the future is going to hold. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know all of these things that could potentially happen in the future. And so instead of just moving on with our day and just taking the next step forward, we start worrying, and we start having this anxiety about something that could maybe possibly might happen. But the statistics would show that most of the things, I don't know what the statistic is, if it's 80, 85% of the things that we're worrying about in the future, they're not really going to happen. They're just not. And so why would we worry about those things in the future? Because all they are doing is limiting our potential now and keeping us from realizing the person that we can become. And I don't think that's fair to us. So if there's something that is draining your energy right now, it might just be that you're really, really worrying about the future. And if you think about that, if you think about the mental energy that we expend in our day, right? There is a lot going on in our brains. If we spend so much time worrying about things that will probably never happen in the future, then we are literally draining our battery on wasted effort, wasted thought, wasted time, that things that are just never going to happen. And that is so unfair to you. That is so unfair to you and the people in your life. So stop worrying about things that should not be worrying about. Stop worrying about them. And I know that's hard, and you might be that chronic worrier. That might be your thing. That might be the thing that is really draining your life and draining your energy. It's okay to move on. It's okay to stop worrying about those things. So that's the third one. The fourth one, overcommitting. I think sometimes because you're a good person, we overcommit to things in our lives. We overcommit to things that are out there because I don't know, maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you care what people think a lot, right? And so we overcommit. But what we have to do is we need to put all of the commitments that we have, or all of the things, the questions that come our way, and put them in perspective of our life and our goals. What do you want to accomplish? What matters most to you? And then look at those things, and does it help you or hurt you in terms of what you should be doing to get to where you want to go? And I'm not saying don't help people. I am not saying don't be a good person. I am not saying don't just show up for other people, because other people need you to show up. That's what community is. That's what helping people is. But what we have to pay attention to is we need to be doing the things that are going to give us life and help others, but not suck all of our energy and leave us on empty so that we can't pursue our own passions and our own dreams. So pay attention. Balance your time. This is what it really comes down to. It really comes down to balance. Are you balanced in your energy so that you can do the things that you need to do to move your life forward, to be happy, to grow, to progress, as well as balancing the other things that other people are doing? And at some point, if that is off kilter, right? If at some point you are doing more for others and not progressing your own goals, your own passion, your own dream, your own vision, then you are going to be drained of energy. You are going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel burnt out. And when you get to that stage, it gets really hard to progress. It gets really hard to move forward on any given day. So pay attention to that. Don't overcommit. Put in balance your life. Make sure you're focusing on the things that you need to focus on to move your life, your happiness forward. And then at the same time, look at all the other things that are going on around you and commit to the ones that are either going to, one, help you while you help someone else, or two, don't throw you so off balance that you can never do the things that you need to do to move your life forward. So that's overcommitting. That's the fourth one. And the fifth one is clutter. I think that, and this is a struggle for me in my life. And if I think about drained energy, I have a lot going on my desk. I have a lot going on in my life. And for a good long while, for years and years and years, I've been balancing the process of public speaking, as well as balancing a 9-to-5 job and my family and all church and all the things that I do. And so the desk gets cluttered. And when life gets cluttered, it gets really hard to see the vision of the future. That's the problem. But it's not just about cluttered spaces. Now, one thing is, yes, clear your desk space, clear your all the things that are coming into your life, clear those things out so it's not cluttered. But I think one of the worst things we do is we clutter our mind. We are consuming so much media on any given basis. If you walk down the street, you walk down the mall, you walk in the airport, you walk at school, you walk anywhere, and all you see is people on their phone consuming. I would change that. All you see is people on their phone cluttering their mind with all the other stuff that is out there, instead of the things that you need to focus on to move your life forward. We are constantly cluttering our mind with all of the other things that are out there in the world, which is limiting our potential and draining our energy and keeping us from moving forward in any significant way. Because when we decide we're going to move forward, our brain is just too cluttered and crowded, and we can't think clearly about the things that we need to do. So that is one of the biggest things that you and I and anybody else can do, is declutter your mind by consuming less media on any given day. Put your phone away. Put it in the other room. Get it out of sight, because unfortunately, if it's in sight, you're going to want to pick it up. The studies show that the average American picks up their phone 144 times a day. 144 times. Studies show teenagers open Snapchat 40 times a day. And that's just Snapchat. And that is just picking up your phone. So let's remove it from where we are, remove it from our workspace, remove it from our lives for hours at a time so that we can be better at progressing and getting to where we need to go. These are simple things that we can do right now to stop draining our energy so that we can move forward, so that we can be better. So that's what I have for you today. I hope that helps. 5 things that you can do right now to not be draining your energy anymore. There's 5 simple things you can do to stop draining your energy. Number 1, eliminate toxic relationships in your life. Number 2, stop holding grudges. Number 3, stop worrying about the future that is not going to happen in the way that you're worrying about. Number 4, stop overcommitting to things in your life that are not helping you progress towards your goals and your dreams. And number 5, declutter your space and declutter your mind by spending less time on digital devices, less time on media, consuming less so that your mind is free to recharge and regenerate so that you can move forward into a better, happier, brighter future. So I hope that helps you today. If this helps, share this with one more person. If you share this with one person, we're going to help a lot of people in this world. And that's my goal, help a lot more people. It also helps me if you take just one moment and wherever you're listening to this, just go give it a 5-star rating. It helps get this out to more and more people, and that's my goal. So if everyone who listened to this did that, we'd have a whole lot more ratings, and we'd help a whole lot more people. So I hope that helps, and I'll leave you the same way I always leave you. Go find your 1 second of strength and be happy.